Dex hits the bag at Sonny's gym when Spencer arrives. Dex says he heard things got rough in Greenland, and Joss was worried about him. He's glad he made it back in one piece. Spencer tells Dex he can stop sucking up as nobody is here to see it. Spencer notes that his uncle might trust him, but he'll always be a backstabbing traitor to him. Trina enters and quickly diffuses the tension. Dex tells Trina he's glad both she and Spencer are home safe and leaves to hit the showers. Trina tells Spencer he's being a jerk, and it would be best if he bowed along with Dex because Joss is dating him. Spencer swears it won't last as Joss hates what Sonny stands for, and dating his employee is a non-starter. Spencer calls them complete opposites, but Trina says love and logic don't always go together, and the heart wants what it wants. They share a kiss. Dex heads to the steam room and Joss follows him in. She says, "Fancy seeing you here?" They kiss and quickly drop their towels. Back in the gym, Joss enters and is happy to see Spencer in one piece and gives him a hug. Trina can see Joss looks upset and asks if it is Willow. Joss says Willow is fine, but she and Michael had a fight. Spencer decides to give them time alone and exits, claiming it's probably too early for him to get back in the gym. Trina asks Joss to spill it. Joss says Michael is a condescending ass who won't accept what she and Dex have is real. Trina gets it, and that it's hard when people act like they are too young to know what's best for them, and she knows as people have treated her the same way because of Spencer. Back in the steam room, Dex snaps out of his fantasy when Spencer walks in. Dex asks, "Short workout?" Spencer explains he's still recovering from Greenland. Spencer informs Dex that he, Joss, and Cam have grown up together, and he knows Joss far better than he does. Spencer runs down a number of facts about her. Dex says all his examples are of Joss as a kid, but he doesn't seem to know who Joss is now as an adult. Spencer says Dex needs to admit it. Joss is going places and he's muscle for hire for her ex-stepfather, who she hates. Dex says Joss makes up her own mind and deserves more than an entitled punk like him for a friend. Spencer Dex. Later, Dex exits the showers and finds Joss and Trina chatting. Dex suggests to Joss that they go to dinner, and Joss says she'd love to. Trina asks Dex if he saw Spencer, and Dex says he's still in the locker room. She wonders if he said anything to him. Dex comments, "Nothing important." Once Joss and Dex leave, Spencer comes out with a blood lip. Trina asks what happened and if Dex his to him. Spencer says they just got into it a little. Trina wants to call Joss, but Spencer stops her. He admits he punched Dex, but Dex dodged it and defended himself, bringing the scuffle to an end. Trina is furious and reminds him Joss is her best friend. She asks, "Why can't you get along?" Spencer blames Dex and says he's tried to be nice, but it's impossible. At the Metro Court, Finn joins Chase at his table. Chase doesn't think his friend Tracy likes him very much. He says she called him judgmental and claimed he acts like Brooklyn isn't good enough for him. He wonders if that's how Brooklyn feels. He doesn't know if he's just being stubborn and punishing them both by not forgiving her. Finn feels he's the only one who can answer that. Finn asks if Chase can really forgive Brooklyn and put this behind him. Chase thinks so. Finn suggests he owes it to both of them to talk to her, and he has to be honest with himself if he can accept Brooklyn for who she is. Finn says he's learned the hard way sometimes it's just not meant to be between two people. Chase says this could be moot because he doesn't know if Brooklyn would take him back. Chase decides he needs to fix this and says Finn is going to help him. Elsewhere, Carly calls GH to check on Willow. Olivia appears and didn't expect to see her here. She fears Carly must hate her. Carly replies, "You know, your husband is a different story." Olivia swears she had no idea what Ned was thinking and they've been doing nothing but fight since this happened. Carly asks if he's staying here after she kicked him out. Olivia admits she didn't kick him out, but she's still furious with him. Carly cries to Olivia that she could go to prison. Olivia reminds Carly she did commit a crime, and while she's angry at Ned, but she's worked too hard on her marriage to throw it away because Ned told the truth. Carly snarks, "When has Ned ever told the truth?" Olivia says this is business, and it's not her job to police his business tactics. She won't ruin her marriage over it. Carly says she's got it, and suggests they not talk about this in the future. Olivia gets back to work. In the Crimson offices, Sonny asks Nina to make him the happiest man on earth and marry him. She tells him she can't marry him and she doesn't want a pity proposal. He says he doesn't pity her and he may not have picked the right place or time to propose, but he still means it. Nina asks Sonny if he's ever thought about proposing before tonight. Sonny has and produces a ring, which moves Nina to tears. Sonny admits to carrying it around for a few days, but couldn't find the right timing what with Willow. He asks if she wants to rethink her answer. Nina closes his ring box and says he can't marry him because she doesn't want to bring more trouble in his life. Sonny says she's given him so much more than the trouble she's caused. He says she sees things in him no one else sees, and he can just be Sonny with her. He says when he was at his worst, she was there for him and stood up for him when nobody else would. Sonny says they are similar, they make mistakes, but we ask for forgiveness. He knows that was hard of her to do and calls her brave and a fighter. He wants to fight alongside her. Sonny asks Nina, "Will you be my partner for life, because I can't imagine my life without you?" He gets down on one knee and again proposes. Nina wants to believe he means this, but she can't help but think one day he'll see she's more trouble than she's worth. He says he knows who she is and some people say he's not worth it either. Nina says hogwash and he's her rock. She tells him yes, I'll marry you. I can't wait to marry you. He puts the ring on her finger and she asks what they do now. Sonny suggests a candlelit dinner with champagne. Back in the restaurant, Olivia opens the elevator doors to a kissing Nina and Sonny. She clears her throat and asks if they are getting out anytime soon. They exit and Olivia tells them to have a nice night. Board the elevator and closes the door. Sonny wonders what's with her. Nina doesn't want to think about it and says tonight they are the only two people in the world. They kiss some more. Nina and Sonny grab a table, and Trish brings over the champagne. She asks what they are celebrating. Carly walks by and overhears Nina say, "We're engaged at home." Brooklyn is writing when Ned enters on the phone. He has someone looking into who tipped off the SEC to prove his innocence. Ned checks on his daughter and asks if everything is okay. She's working on a psalm, so Ned takes a look at it. He thinks this is dark and guesses things aren't going well with Chase. Brooklyn rants Chase dumped her and is back at work, so nothing is going on between them. Trissy arrives and notes they both have gloomy faces. Ned says he still hasn't been able to find who tipped off the SEC. Brooklyn notes the only way to do that is to find out who would want to hurt Carly and Drew. Brooklyn comes to a realization that this could be someone who only wants to hurt Carly or Drew, but not both. Ned gets a call and excuses himself. Trissy tells Brooklyn she's glad to see her using her time helping her dad instead of mooning after Chase. Brooklyn reminds her grandmother she promised to stay away from Chase if she went back to deception. Tracy blurts out, "Oops." Brooklyn asks what she's done. Tracy explains she let Chase know she doesn't like how he looks down his nose at her. Brooklyn cries she promised to stay out of this. Tracy says what's done is done and she is better off without Chase. Ned returns to a lot of silence and asks what Tracy did. As they bicker, Brooklyn hears her song being played. She goes outside to find Finn holding up a boombox in a Say Anything moment, playing the song, as Chase serenades Brooklyn by singing Forever. After the song ends, Finn quickly heads inside. Tracy can't believe Finn got roped into that ridiculous display. Finn says, "What can I say, he's family." On the patio, Brooklyn asks what Chase is doing here. He replies, "Trying to get the best thing that ever happened to me back." He knows he has a lot to make up for. She shushes him and they kiss. Chase tells her that he misses her and he's been so unfair to her. She says she owes him an apology too, as she selfishly kept him to herself when she knew his badge meant everything. Brooklyn says she wants to be a better person for him. He thinks they are pretty great together. He asks if she can forgive him. Brooklyn tells Chase there is nothing to forgive, and she's not holding a grudge. Chase doesn't want her harboring bad feelings. She tells him, "Shut up and kiss me," which he does. Back inside, Finn tells Tracy it seems her plan failed. She asks, "Did it?" Finn asks, "Are you saying you wanted this to happen?" Tracy answers obviously, and her talk was to provoke Chase into this. Finn isn't sure if she's telling the truth or trying to save face. Tracy has been married a few times, and she's learned never to second-guess the power of reverse psychology when it comes to a man. On the next General Hospital, Eva offers her congratulations. Jordan and Portia clear the air. TJ only wants what is best for Molly. Diane warns Carly of what's to come.